Well, welcome back to the Awakening Potential Show. It's your gateway to the extraordinary. I'm your host, Karen Rudolph, and I'm here to support you in stepping into your sassy confidence, your classy wisdom, and your bold, badassy brilliance. Because awakening your potential isn't just a moment, it's a movement. And here we get to dive into powerful stories, soul-stirring tools, and game-changing strategies that spark transformation in your life, in your work, and in the world around you. So grab your notebook, open your heart, and let's light your inner spark. Today, I'm so beyond excited to introduce someone who truly embodies the journey and is so authentic. I just love her energy. Our guest, Denise Drinkwalter, excuse me. Denise is a midlife renewal coach, a former school principal, and the creator and host of the Thrive After 45 podcast. Um, she brings a wealth of experience, heart, and wisdom to the work that she does, helping women in midlife release self-doubt, rediscover who they are, their purpose, and step into the next chapter of joy, which I absolutely love, and self-love and confidence. I love it. Like-minded people just stick together anyway. I love it. Welcome to the show, Denise. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
It is my honor and privilege to share this space and time with you today, Karen. I love what you do. I love who you are. And you're right, like-minded, just connect. I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I like to go back in time, which
Mhm.
sort of brings us to the moment of what you're doing now and where you're at now. And do you see any collaborations between what you played with as a child to what you're doing now, or is that totally different?
Oh my gosh. Beautiful question, my dear. No surprise, but beautiful question. I can remember when I was 8 years old on the playground
Mhm.
of a school that used to, those of you in the audience who are gray hair naturally, like myself, will probably relate to this. The girls' line and the boys' line, because we weren't allowed to cross over.
Yeah.
And we were on the playground, and I saw a girl kind of cowered over by the wall of the school, turned away from everybody, head down. As an 8 year old, most kids are running around enjoying their own freedom, not me. I noticed those who were not full of joy, which I felt was really out of place. And
Mm.
I meandered over. I didn't get too close. I remember this so vividly. I did not get too close, but I got close enough so she could hear me. And I asked if she was okay.
Mm.
And she gently turned around, didn't look at me at the time, kept her head down, and nodded. And I just gave time and space. And we ended up becoming friends for that recess and recesses after.
Mm.
That's who I am. And that came through like boom one time when I was like, and I'm like, well, that's what I do now. I meet people where they are. I
Yeah.
give time and space. There's an energy exchange, and they know that I'm safe and things unfold as they need to in the time frame that is right for them. So, yeah, it
Beautiful.
started showing itself to me when I was 8.
Isn't that amazing when you think
Yes.
about it? I've always, I've interviewed so many people now, and when I really ask that question, human nature fascinates me anyway. But getting into their prior story, when someone is living their passion, seems to me, and I believe that it has carried over into what they're doing today.
100%. I I I totally agree with you. And it's their makeup, it's their gene pool. And
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Mhm.
obviously you were a principal. And
Yeah,
did that carry into that, which carried into,
everything.
tell us about that.
When I look back at it, I look back at the years as they progressed, and every time I take a deep dive or a cursory view, a bird's eye view, there's always something that flows through me that always was there about connecting with hearts with people. Like I call myself I'm a heart whisperer
Yeah.
because I connect deeper than what people think I do. And I used to be a behavior resource teacher. So students who had high emotional dysregulation problems and concerns and were not able to manage classrooms effectively because of the structure, it was just too much. Their energy was off, and I could bring them back to center in ways that I couldn't even explain at the time. I just knew it would happen. I just knew how to do it, move in and out and read their energy and I did that as a principal. I did that as a classroom teacher because it's who I am. I don't
Yeah.
change myself to fit the role. The role is there and I am there and we match it. So
Love
that's what
that.
happened when I moved right into the next level after retirement. So, yeah.
So obviously a teacher, and then from teacher to
Yeah.
principal, like what was it that was calling you or transitioned you into? I mean, that's a big job, and thank you for doing that because we need more people like you.
It was an amazing transition. I actually went from classroom teacher to behavior resource teacher. And what I would do would be support those students, like I mentioned, with the high needs, behavioral concerns and worries and fears. And there were so many people that I weren't able to connect with and touch and support. And I knew administrators had such a breadth of opportunity to support so many other people, parents, students, staff, all of it. And I thought, I need to make a bigger impact. This was great. And I've always been that butterfly in my tummy. There's something more. Go, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go. You got this. Go. And sometimes I'd be like, my human brain would go, no, I can't do that. And it would just, butterflies would keep going. I'm like, nope, follow the butterfly. Follow the butterfly. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. You know,
Yeah.
it's so funny. I knew I loved you. You know, we're both the butterflies are one of my. I'm looking. I'm so used to doing this when I talk on my logo has a little butterfly in the nose of the horse, and oh, it's not there. I am a butterfly person, and I follow butterflies too. When I follow butterflies, I don't know if this is true for you, but when I see butterflies around me, I know I'm on the right track. I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
take that as a message from spirit that I
Yeah.
keep on keeping on. Is
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
true for you as well?
I don't necessarily see one thing. It's so interesting you ask, but I just ask for a sign, and it
Yeah,
could be anything. It could be right a phone call. It could be,
yeah,
um, and I used to really push that idea. Show me a sign. Show me a sign, and then my energy behind it was like, come on, right? Now I'm way more relaxed and go, oh, that's interesting. Let me know if this is something that I'm on to here, and then I can release it.
you're
And
right.
that's when things show. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. So, okay, so now we're at the principal, and then what was next for you?
So, next for me in my role as principal, this is really interesting because this is where I really started to root in my deeper understanding of the importance of you as a person, not through the roles and the identity that you've had throughout your life. So, at 55, um, not a runner, couldn't walk around the block to save my soul without hyperventilating, decided I was going to run. Got
Wow.
this hit. Can't remember exactly how the hit came, but I think it was like, you only need a pair of running shoes. You got this kind of thing. So, okay. Learned, I'm always a learner, will always be a learner. So, checked out the apps. How do you learn how to run? How do you do this when you blah, blah, blah? Got it. I always need a goal when I'm doing something for myself. I don't just float. I need an quote unquote endpoint, but it's always the beginning of the next chapter. So my end point was a race in Niagara Falls, Canada, where I live. And so I set up to run a 10-kilometer race, thinking, "Oh, if I make it without an ambulance, golden, honey, golden." So
Right.
I trained for this race. I did all the things. I was so into it. The morning of the race, it's dark because it's early. I see in the distance a very bizarre, I'm like, am I hallucinating? It was my daughter, son in law, and our firstborn grandchild, who was just basically one, a little bit over one. And I was like, wait a minute, they're in the wrong spot. Like it just didn't make sense because I didn't know they were coming, but they came to cheer me on. And I remember my son in law saying, "What you are doing?" I said, "Wow, what are you doing here? Like, come on." He said, "We wouldn't miss this for the world because what you are doing is showing not only us, but our grandson anything is possible. And all you need to do is just put your mind to it and you can make anything happen." And I'm like bawling,
Yeah.
right?
That would be me.
Right? Oh, it was, and I'll never forget it. It was a life-changing moment.
Love it.
Karen, I was doing the running for me, but the
Yeah.
residual impact was way bigger than I could have ever pushed for, imagined, created on my own.
Yeah.
I have to share to wrap up this particular story. My
Sure.
grandson, that same grandson who's 8 years old, is running in that same race with me. We've been training and we're going to run that race 5K. He's 8. We're going to run it this October.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God, that's
Isn't
my heart. That sounds like a book or a movie to be made.
that?
That story down for sure. Because this is what awakening potential is all about. Because when you think, yeah, we all have a story, but you think it's not going to touch anybody but yourself, you're doubting yourself, and then the impact it ripples. I call it. I wrote the book years ago called Five Ways to Create a Ripple. And I did it for me, because it always begins and ends with self, right? We always start it that way and then it moves out from there. And I thought, well, this is just basically who Karen is out there in the world. And I put it out there. I had no idea the impact that little itty bitty book was going to create. And then it just inspired me to do more and more and more and start showing up, like you're saying, in so many different ways. And it brings joy. It brings so much joy to my life, right? As I'm sure,
Exactly.
I see you beaming when you talk about your grandson.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
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 Uh,
And
uh,
and so I had such an impact through all of this that it started to, I'm going to say, bother me that other women weren't having as beautiful experience. Hence I
right.
started, you know what? Because I remember in the principal role, I had mums in my office over the years just trying to do everything and just but hanging on by a thread, And I'm like, if they continue that trajectory, they're not going to live a fulfilled life. And that's not fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I was one of those moms.
Right?
I was
Yeah.
definitely one of those moms, and I was
Yeah.
even 6 hours of carpooling back then. So I was totally one of those moms. I didn't know if I was coming or going. So I
Yeah.
wish I would have met you sooner because that would have been exactly what I needed at the right time, the right place, because I didn't even know that people like you are out there with midlife renewal, being a midlife renewal coach and such, to even think to look for something like that. And back in the day, it's like, oh, I got this handled, I'll do it, I'll manage it. And the more I kept telling myself that, the more stressed out I was getting. And I was in this circular pattern. So thank you for doing and being what you're doing out there and inspiring yourself to inspire others for sure.
Right? Yeah. That's how it works.
It
Yeah.
is. It truly is. So, how do you connect with yourself in midlife? Like, what does that look like?
Um, it shifts for sure because that shows my growth.
Mhm.
Um, Probably one of the most challenging, not the only, but a very challenging piece is for me and others to sit and just be. It's right. Hands up in the audience if you have trouble
Yeah,
just being,
exactly.
just
Exactly.
being here. and watch what happens to all your thoughts. Where are they going? I should be doing this. I should be the old should game, right? And it's so, but when we start to actually have peace and be good with time for you, by you, because of you, and not with others, but just with you, things start to unravel and unfold. But you have to have the awareness piece that this is important. So that slowing down and being ever present and a consistent approach to that, I think, is really invaluable. Yeah.
Yeah, love that. Love that. Um, so I'm certain, like most of us, we've had our challenges, like, right? Life is a roller coaster. What's been your biggest challenge? How'd you face it and how'd you overcome it?
Ooh, biggest challenge. Ooh, that's a good one. There's been a lot. I would say, and my son is absolutely fine with me sharing this because I certainly have asked permission. But I would say for me, one of my biggest challenges was when our son really struggled with his mental health, and I didn't understand how much he was struggling. And it wasn't too late, thank heavens, but we caught it in time. And of course, my training, I was able to put supports in place, and his was able to get through and create a whole new life for himself and disbanding his suicidal thoughts. Hardest thing as a mom to go through was to make sure he was safe and go to the hospital. Hardest thing. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah.
Hardest thing to see him just let me come home, I'll be fine. Yeah, that's a
So how,
nightmare that's in my head
I
permanently.
mean, I hear you. How do you overcome it?
You
What was,
know,
yeah,
I didn't overcome it. I came to be at peace with it.
okay. That's
So I
good.
didn't, because for me, if I tried to overcome it, I had to control it. And there's no
Good,
control over that for
good,
me.
yeah, good
It
point.
was me meeting it, understanding what happened, where our parts were, my part,
Mhm.
and just being at peace, realizing, you know what? It had to happen the way it had to happen because he wouldn't be where he is today if that didn't happen. And I believe that with my heart and my
Absolutely,
soul.
absolutely. Oh,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, he is an advocate for people who struggle with mental health issues, anxiety, ADHD, whatever the monsters are.
Yeah.
He is such an advocate, and it's not gone. He isn't like, he still has stress and he still has the anxiety, but he has got so many skills to help manage it now and help him go through it and move forward. And it's a blessing to watch his growth. It really is. Like it just, my
Yeah.
heart just, you know, the
Oh,
Grinch, my heart just goes like the Grinch at the end. It's
yeah.
just
That's,
unbelievable what he's accomplished. Yeah.
that's so inspiring.
Yeah.
And thank goodness he had you as a mom who can lean into that. Because
Yeah.
some people just, cower under it for sure. So thank you for being all of that, right? And inspiring others to, so obviously leadership matters. That was a leadership skill on your part. I'm more than mother and leadership, right? And leadership does matter. Talk a little bit about that if you would.
Yeah. So, people, I think when people hear the term leadership, they think leaders of others. And I believe so, so strongly, and not only through my experiences in different leadership roles, but the power and the foundational piece of self leadership being pivotal in order for leadership to develop. And self leadership is a journey. There's no doubt about it.
Mhm.
And reflection and contemplation practices, I think, dovetail deeply into that awareness piece and that growth. So just doing your thing and not doing any kind of reflection on it, that's where the self leadership piece, I think, falls apart.
I
Right?
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an
Yeah.
advocate as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what would you say is your biggest life lesson? Has been your biggest life lesson thus far?
Biggest life lesson, which I'm still learning because I'm not gone yet, and is quiet the noise.
No, I love that one. Yup, yup, yup.
Quiet the noise. And people probably automatically think, like I do, it's the outside noise, right? People are telling you, pigeonholing you in this thing. You should do this, you should do that. That's part of the noise.
Mhm.
Quiet the noise in your own mind. Be really clear on whether it is reality or not. So when you hear that noise and you're telling yourself, because how many words do we say inside our head every day? I think it's over 60,000 now, they say that, or more. I don't
Yeah,
know. I can't keep up
yeah.
because
A
our
lot.
minds are, right? Our minds are absolutely crazy with all the information, and it just aggravates even more about self talk.
Yeah.
So, really tune into that self talk and really be aware, right? And that's the noise that you need to segregate and purse out and really understand what's true and what's not true and get to the root of the truth. And if you don't like what the truth is, you have all the power in the world to change it. It's in your hands, your heart, your soul, your mind, your body, all of it. Right?
Okay. Yeah, see, that comes out of my mouth all the time. It's so great to hear other people speak the truth. Yes. Speak it. Yeah, absolutely. Because you're absolutely right. I mean, I can only talk from my experiences and
Of
clients'
course.
experience. I remember I look personally now, I look to the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'm like, ooh, Karen, like, that's not who I want to be, and that's not how I want to show up. What can I choose differently that's going to make a difference in my life so I can make a difference in others? Looking at it and looking at myself in the mirror back when was like, I just want to crawl under a rock. But that was probably one of my biggest as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I love what you said there, though, too, Karen, about not only outward, but look at yourself, right?
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
where it starts.
Always
Yeah.
begins with self,
Yeah.
everything I've experienced now is
Yeah.
looking with it. Yeah, it's Shakespeare said, and I don't even know if I said this on yours. Shakespeare said in 1533 in the play Hamlet, to thine own self be true, right? It's really looking here first and then looking at the external. And so many of us, I mean, I started my journey. Gosh, during my divorce, I was so, with pointing fingers at everybody else, but I forgot three were coming back at me. That's
Mhm.
that's where it starts. And
Absolutely. And don't you find too that it's not a one and done. It's a journey. It's an exploration. It's a curiosity lens.
yes.
Because if you take it so seriously, you block. You don't open up to really what the deep thinking is,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
absolutely. I re
Mm.
I remember somebody whispering in my ear, it's not a destination, it's a journey. I went, oh yeah, I forgot. Thank
Yeah.
you for the reminder.
Exactly.
Because we do forget, we're
Of
human.
course. Yeah.
Grant yourself grace and compassion, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Every day.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So finding purpose and joy in life, what would you share with the listening audience?
Do you know what joy is?
Tell the
Right?
listening audience, right?
Right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
let's really make sure we understand what joy is. I had a conversation not that long ago about the difference from my perspective, happiness and joy.
Yeah.
I believe happy is out there.
Mhm.
You do things to make you happy. Joy comes from deep within. And
Absolutely.
you can make anything joyful because it hits your heart center, right? So, what is it that brings you joy? You joy, not what other peoples have told you you're good at, so you should do that. What is your real passion? What is your purpose? Not your purpose necessarily for others, but what is your purpose? Why do you feel that you have been placed in this time and age? What is something that resonates, that makes sense for you, what lights you up, right? Yeah. And start there. Because I know a lot of people, a lot of clients. I want to find my purpose, and they're looking out here, which is the place people start,
Mhm.
but we pull it back as we start to peel the onion in the layers, and things come up that, again, a lot of times things surface from when you were 6, 8. That brought you joy. What's possible in your life? I had people who were like, I totally forgot I love dancing. Oh my gosh, I'm going to the Friday night dances. You know,
Yeah,
perfect. Do it for you, by you, because of you, not because somebody said you're good at it. Right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So for the listening audience, well, first off, let me ask you this, like what brings you joy? Obviously you're running,
Oh,
grandson, but I'm curious.
I can. This is the most exciting thing that I never thought in my lifetime because I always used to think this would bring me joy. This would bring me joy. I can have a thought. I can pull a thought into my mind and it brings me joy. Joy
Mm,
doesn't have to be a constant state,
exactly.
right? You can bring joy into your life in any way, shape, or form. And again, you have that power to do it. You can just bring thoughts of events that you've been involved in. I can think of, when each of my children were born, I can go in there in a millisecond and just washes over this joy-filled energy that I can't explain. My first kiss to my current husband. Never forget it. Talk about tingling and butterflies. I'll never, I can bring that back in a millisecond
Love
because
that.
I understand what's deeply rooted and important for me. And I can bring those experiences in anytime. I can go out for a walk. I can go sit outside and observe. Nature is fabulous for me. Trees in particular. I'm not an ocean girl. I'm not a water girl, but I'm a
Yeah,
forest bather. Oh, just love it.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that too.
Yeah.
Um, nature,
Play
nature for me. Absolutely.
kids, my grandkids. Oh, I just finished talking to our almost 5 month old little granddaughter out west on screen, and mommy put her very close to the screen, and my joy just blew up.
Isn't it amazing? It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's so grounding. It's so grounding.
Oh,
Love that.
yeah. It's all good.
So, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have a gift or resource for the listening audience. Is that correct? I want to
I
say,
cert
I
I
thought, okay. All of your contact I usually ask prior and I forgot. Oh, truth be told, hey, I'm human. We were having
eh,
such a great connect at the beginning that I just forgot to ask, but I remember seeing it earlier. And of course, all of your contact, Denise's contact information and everything that, to get in touch with her and the resource will be in the show notes. I just wanted to put that in so I don't forget to
of course.
go ahead.
Of course. I have what I call the midlife clarity empowerment map. And I go through a series of questions when I connect with a one on one client and we have our initial interview
Right.
conversation. It's not an interview, it's conversation. I have had such invaluable feedback from those questions that I have created from those questions a clarity map so people can access this free resource. And these questions will shake your inner soul. It will bring you new ways of looking at and new questions that open up. Oh my goodness, this opens up a whole new area that I never thought of before. So you take your time and you go through it. Don't rush. There's nobody needs to see it. It's your work, it's your journey, it's for you, by you, because of you, right? And
Mhm.
then at the end, there's some tips to help you find joy in different ways that might resonate with you. There's no one way. There's just multiple ways, and you explore and expand and see what works for you in the moment and what doesn't, and just play with it. Oh my gosh, have fun. Life's too short.
Life's too short. You're a gal after
Yeah.
my heart. I love this. So, I always ask all of my guests this question, and I just love their answers because it's always so unique. What is the one, I call them pearls of wisdom. What is the one pearl of wisdom you'd like to leave the listening audience with today?
My grandfather, when I was in my teens, and I was coming home from an excursion from months away from home, and him and his wife, my grandma and grandpa's house was halfway. So I stopped there and my parents met me, so it was less journey. And I was down. I was not really, I don't really know what was getting me down. Maybe it was the change in where I was and coming home and what's that going to do to my psyche because I'm all excited and home is like this, right? Don't know. But he looked at me and he said, you know, Denise, sometimes when you are in the midst of very difficult times, why it is happening will not become clear to you until it is over and you have experienced the whole of it. So don't get caught up in where you are now. There's a reason for everything, and this is happening for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Thank you, because it's so true. Very wise grandfather.
He was an incredible man. Just
Yeah.
and the happiest man you can meet. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Denise, it's been such a pleasure being here with you today and reconnecting. I absolutely appreciate your time and energy being with us today and sharing your wisdom. Your journey has just been absolutely beautiful. And it's a beautiful reminder that transformation begins the moment we become aware and continues with being courageous and brave.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. Thank you. What a pleasure. It's always an honor to share space and time with you, Karen. Always.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're going to connect some more. I'm sure of it. I just feel it in my
Too.
bones. Denise Drinkwalter, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And for our listening audience, remember the bridge from ordinary to extraordinary is built with small steps of change and big leaps of faith. So remember, you are more powerful than you know. Keep showing up, keep rising, keep awakening your potential. And if today's episode sparked something inside of you, let's explore what's next together. Write the word awaken below or visit me at www.tranquilsolutions.com. And I am the one, you can reach me on any social media, and I'm the one you're going to get, not my staff or anything like that. I'm the one that responds. So feel free, it's who I am. Until next week, share it with a friend. Come back and join us. Bye for now.